Mm-hmm. Stop.
Your papers and get in the loop. Breaking news with style and flair. Editor and publisher make the perfect pair. From Meade County straight to you. It's the show where stories come true. La, 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 la.
Hey, we're live, Earlene.
Hey, Steven.
What do you think of the new intro song?
Well, I was just now listening to that, and I thought, yes, I do like it.
It's a little catchy.
I like the way they stretch my name out.
Earlene.
I know.
Well, you should have heard, because it's AI, so there's some other ways it came out. It said Earlene.
I know. It sounds a little bit like a hound dog.
Yeah, but it came out pretty good. I was kind of jazzed by it. It's a little theme song.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. You know, what will be great is if people are going around singing it. You know, we hear a commercial, and then people kind of sing it.
There was one I did that was just a jingle, and it just kept saying, the Earlene and Steve Show, the Earlene and Steve Show. I can't sing it how they did it, but it was a jingle, like a radio, like the old 50s radio that you could get into.
Right, I remember.
You sit around, but we got special guests today.
We do. We do have special guests today. Our special guest is, of course, Sheriff Phillip Wimpee.
Yes.
Meade County Sheriff.
How y'all
Thank
doing?
you. We're good. Thank
very
you.
Very good. And then we've got Shelley Henson here. She told me that she's with the MCHSPTS. And so first I said, is that something I should be traumatized by? And she said,
no.
absolutely not. It is the Parent Teacher Sheriff Organization. Student. I put sheriff. Student. There we go. Parent Teacher Student Organization. Yes. Anyway, the reason we have gathered here today is because, I don't know if people know this or not, but Project Graduation is not going to happen this year.
Wow.
First time in 38 years that it hasn't happened.
I feel bad.
I feel bad. I'm
do
old
too.
enough that it wasn't a thing when I was in school, but it was a thing for my children.
Right.
And so my children had Project Graduation, and it was phenomenal. And all the parents donated to it. Businesses donated to it. They did amazing things. Like they set up gaming stations where kids would sit around playing whatever game was popular. They had dancing. They had art. You know, like they would do some kind of art stuff.
Yeah.
And so I did get a message from Jennifer, who is helping to do it, Jennifer Hale, and she said that you guys are going to do things like facials and pedicures and just all kinds of stuff. So what I want to do before we get into that, I want to talk a little bit to Phillip. From your point of view, yesterday when you and I visited a little bit, you said, I'm concerned about it because I firmly believe that Project Graduation has saved lives.
Yes, and I don't think people realize some of the things that the school system puts forth to keep our kids safe. This is one of them that's huge to me and near and dear to my heart. I've worked almost, I don't even know, I started back in, I don't remember, forever. Forever. I've been working I worked at every one of them and loved it. I went to what was you all call Project Graduation back in the 80s. But at the time, I believe it was called a lock-in.
A lock-in.
And you believe it or not, you all, they used to take chains and put around the doors, the hasps on the doors, and keep us from getting out. And of course, I'm sure laws changed and things like that, and probably became a safety hazard and all that. But anywho, I do know they used to put wrecked cars out in front, which would make us realize what happens when you make bad decisions.
Exactly.
Because you are excited as a young adult.
Yeah.
And you want to do something, and peer pressure comes along, drinking comes along, and then driving comes along. And I truly believe, with that many kids that we've been taking on, and I say we as the school system, because I am part of the school and always will be.
Yeah.
But we're protecting those kids from being on the streets,
right?
And I'm really worried about this. I really am. It's a shock to my system that we're not having our Project Graduation. And
what do you think is the big cause that caused the cancellation?
I know it wasn't the gifts and prizes that they give out every year, because OMG, they really give out the prizes.
Yeah. Oh, no, they do. TVs and those
Yes.
Apple earbuds.
Everything you need to get to school and get started off, probably
Well,
the
just
big ticket items.
Just great things.
I think maybe social media might have a lot to do with it. Maybe somebody's having, again, you're falling back to peer pressure. You know, maybe somebody's having parties or field parties, and maybe kids want to go that. Well, I will give you a heads up on that. We will find out if there's any underage drinking. We've already busted up several of them,
Right.
and I don't play. I want to keep these kids safe,
Yep.
and I will do whatever it takes as long as I'm sheriff to keep these babies safe.
Well, and we appreciate that.
Yep.
I want you to do that. You know, it's funny because I actually had a child, 18 or 19-year-old child, and of course they think they're grown because they're 18 or 19, but they said, well, I'm going to go to a party and there is going to be some drinking and I'll probably have some, but I don't want I'll just go ahead and drive home. I'll be all right. I don't want my parents to know I've been drinking because I don't want to get in trouble. So they're in their mind, they're thinking, I'll just have 4 or 5 beers.
I get more in
and
trouble from my dad than I will the sheriff.
I don't
Are you
know.
kidding me?
I
right.
said, do you not? This is why their brains are not developed yet.
Right.
They're at this age. So when did you find out that Project Graduation was not going to happen?
I believe it was around 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
And like I said, I had our SRO had brought the news to me, and I was actually upset. I really was.
Yeah.
And then I found out, you know, some of the reasons why. You know, it's and she can explain it better than me. I don't want to speak for her. But, you know, you got to have participation.
Right.
You know, you do. You have to be people involved. Chaperones, I don't think would have been the problem. I don't think they, you know, we can
I
get,
would have
we can get the
volunteered
adults.
for
that,
that.
And we can get the adults involved.
Right.
I think it's a matter of bringing our kids and realizing for the parents to let the kids know how the different things you could do at this function. It's unreal, you all.
Right.
But it's not only that, it's the safety aspect of keeping people off the street.
Sure.
And you can have just as much fun, if not more, at Project Graduation than you can at a field party or anything like that. So this is it's crazy.
It is insane. So, Shelley, how did you get involved in this?
Actually, I started with Project Grad. We'd been here a couple of years. We moved here from military. And so my son was the first one who got invited to go. He was
Okay.
a junior when we came, but he went as a senior and
Right.
loved it
Sure.
and everything. Then our oldest daughter went. But Nikki Smith over at the high school.
I know
got me-
Nikki real well.
Right, right. She got me involved, and she's like, "Hey, would you just come to this meeting one night? Like, I just think you might be interested." And so I went, and of course, I was hooked. I love to volunteer, and I like to do those things.
Right.
So I went, and we actually started working through the school, seeing how we could make it a better program.
Right.
Currently, at that point, Mark Adams was the principal, and so we came back with an idea to make it a little more parent oriented. You know, back on parents, not so much the school administration at that point. To bring it back, and so we created the PTSO at the high school,
Okay,
so we
good.
could run it through there.
Right.
And I'm not exactly sure of the year. I think it was 2016 or 17 at that
Okay.
point when we did that. And so I've been part of this ever since. I think I got involved, probably around 2014 or 15.
Well, this year, when did you start thinking there might be a problem? Like, when were you thinking, oh, I don't know if we're going to be able to pull this off this year?
So nothing changed this year for us. We've done this the same way. Philip will tell you, we've done it the same way every year. We put out packets right after spring break, and the kids have about 4 weeks to get them back to
Right.
us, get them filled out, and get them back to us. They're allowed to bring guests, so, you know, even if they don't feel like they'd have other people, other seniors who'd be there, they could invite friends. So we started, I don't know, I think Shayna Davis is the one who I work closely with for this piece of it. And she was like, Shelley, we aren't getting the packets. And I was like, really? Usually day 1, day 2, we have quite a few packets.
Right.
But we didn't. And so probably about the 1st of May, I was really worried because by then we had a lot, you know,
Sure.
a big shortage.
Right.
At that point in time, I think we only had 17 kids signed up.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Right.
All right.
So
yeah.
it was a huge number.
Okay. Hold that thought for just a minute, and then we're going to transition into how we decided to do the thing at Buck Grove. We're going to pause for a moment for our sponsors.
This episode is sponsored by Serenity Fitness, Yoga, and Reiki, where wellness isn't about following rigid rules, it's about discovering what truly works for you. Founder Wendy Spahn, a retired and disabled Army veteran, created Empowered Serenity, a coaching program designed to help you break free from old patterns, reconnect with your intuition, and step into your power. With meditation, movement, energy work, and intuitive practices, this isn't just coaching, it's a journey of transformation. Learn more at myserenityfitness.com.
Looking to master the art of Taekwondo? Join Sharon's Taekwondo Academy, founded by Bobby Sharon in 1975. Conveniently located off of North Dixie Highway in Elizabethtown, our academy welcomes students of all ages and skill levels. Connect with us on Facebook at Sharon Taekwondo to see our vibrant community, including many Meade County residents. Visit us online at www.sharontaekwondo.com. Sharon's Taekwondo Academy, where discipline meets excellence. Injured? Unsure where to turn? Meet Darren Sipes, attorney at law, Brandenburg's trusted personal injury advocate. Located at 313 Hillcrest Drive, Darren is here to fight for your rights and get the justice you deserve, whether it's an accident at work or on the road. His expertise and compassion put you first. Call today at 270-422-3939 to schedule a free consultation. Don't face the legal system alone. Let Darren Sipes lead the way. Your fight is his mission.
Tired of just getting by? It's time to optimize. At New Vital Infusion and Wellness, we help you level up your energy, balance your hormones, boost your immunity, and glow from the inside out. From IV vitamin drips and NAD Plus to weight loss and aesthetic treatments, we treat the whole you, body, mind, and vitality. Feel sharper, sleep deeper, look brighter. Call 270-735-6126 or visit us at newvitalinfuse.com. New Vital Infusion and Wellness. Live optimized.
We're back, Earlene. Glad to have everybody back in studio. We were picking up where we were just talking about the project graduation.
Right. And what we were talking about is Philip and Shelley's involvement and how they've been working with this program for years, and how in previous years it's been really well received, and lots of kids have come and had a great time. But this year, the students are not wanting to participate. And so we've expressed that we're worried about that, because this leaves them open for fodder. You know, they're out there, they're planning different parties, either parties at different people's house. The other thing that kind of concerns me a little bit is party hopping. Because, you know, like a group of kids will go to this party and they may talk to someone there, and they may or may not have drinks. We shouldn't assume that all children are going to drink or all children are going to use drugs or something. It's just that's why Project Graduation was created, is because there were so many accidents that were happening around graduation time. And that's when a group of people first, grassroots, they developed this, and then it just took off. And it's gone from New York to California down to Florida, you know, and all states in between, and people have wanted to participate in this. And so we're all very concerned about this, because the truth is we want the children who graduate on Friday to wake up on Saturday.
That's right.
And go forward with Philip has had to work entirely too many accidents in his career.
Yes.
He's been involved in too many situations that could have been involved,
We've already lost
Been avoided.
two children this year that they could have been avoided.
Right.
Just by community activities and involvement.
Exactly. So anyway, so now what I want to know is, how did the committee that started the alternate, the one over at Buck Grove, so how did that happen?
Well, it started, probably with my big mouth, but
That's okay.
we have 5 graduating seniors at Buck Grove, and I had let them know, and I was honest with them. I said, you know, hey, it's probably not going to happen. I don't know for sure till the end of the week.
Now, were all 5 of the ones at Buck Grove wanting to participate in Project Graduation?
They were.
Okay.
Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
We have one who couldn't because of a thing on Saturday, but
Sure.
otherwise, yes, he would be there. But anyway, so I told them, I will open the gym for you. Like, if you wanted to invite some friends, I'll see what I can do. I'll come out. You can stay out for a few hours, whatever.
So this just started because you had a tender heart and you wanted to let these people have some place to go. All right,
Yes.
keep going.
Yep. So anyway, Carissa and I are good friends, and anyway, I mentioned it to Carissa, and I told her, and I was honest about it. I was very honest in the fact of, I didn't have chaperones. We had at the very last point at the high school, we had 17 parents that were willing to volunteer
Okay.
for Project Grad.
Sure.
So we didn't have it. We didn't have the students. So what could we do?
Right.
Anyway, Carissa said, would you mind if I shared this with some family. Absolutely, you go right ahead.
Right.
I said, I'm willing to do this, and I said, I'll take it to pastor. We'll see if we can get it approved.
Sure.
Great pastor over there,
yeah.
by the way.
He is. He is wonderful. We
Good
love
golfer, too.
He is really good.
Yes, I know.
But anyway, so we have parents who have a passion. They do want to see their kids have a good time. They want to see them have a safe way to celebrate, with their classmates for the last time. I happen to know Jennifer Hale real well. She
Right.
actually was my youngest first teacher who came to our house when we first moved here.
Right.
And so there's just a passion there. And they have a lot more connectivity with the parents today because my kids are all graduated
Right.
and moved on. And so they were able to reach out and really start the ball rolling for this.
Very
That's good.
Yep. So tell me some of the events that are going to happen that night.
So the ones that I know of right now, we're going to have a music bingo that happens out there. There's going to be extreme dodgeball with D's Extreme Sports. He's coming out.
yeah, he's great.
So when we sat in a meeting, I asked him, I sent him a text message and said, hey, look, Project Grad obviously not happening, but would you be interested? And he said yes. And that's the same with the music bingo.
Good.
So because I wasn't utilizing them at the high school, they
Sure.
were able to move around and,
Good,
and come
good.
over there. But in no way was this ever meant to be like plan B for Project Grad.
Right.
This wasn't that. And so, we couldn't accommodate all the seniors.
Right.
If we wanted to. We can't accommodate them out there.
How many do you think you can accommodate?
We could hold, I talked to Pastor Corey, we did cap it at 225. We
Okay.
could safely have 225.
Well, that's still a lot.
Yes. And we still, I know a lot of people think that all of a sudden we'd have a mass sign up, of kids. But that wasn't the case either.
Right.
And we still don't have like hundreds of kids signed up or anything like that. At this point, currently, you have about 45 kids.
What happens if they don't sign up and at the last minute they want to come?
If they are a senior and only a senior, I will have a roster. And so I'll know they can come to the door. They'll still have to fill out the form
Right.
and everything because we're going to run it, safety first. I want to know who's in the building. And then they can come, but they cannot bring a guest.
Okay. But they can bring a guest if they go ahead and sign up this
Yes.
week.
Yes.
And when's the cutoff for that? Is it Thursday or Friday?
We'd prefer for it to be by tomorrow evening so that
Okay.
we have a chance as the church, as a facility, that we would be able to accommodate. But I really foresee that most kids will have done that. And if we have some sign up on Thursday and Friday, it'll be fine.
Well, there's lots of youth groups that meet on Wednesdays. So this would be a good opportunity if we could get a hold of the youth leaders and they can talk to their
And they
kids
have
about
been
this.
contacted.
Okay.
I believe between Carissa and Jennifer, they've contacted most of the youth leaders within the county.
Right.
So that they could put it out to their youth groups.
Okay. Talk to me a little bit about the food. Jennifer said, we're going to have tons of food. We're going to feed them all night. Where are you guys getting your food from?
So it'll be by donations.
Okay.
It'll be from donations. We have some that are bringing in nothing but desserts. And Philip knows when we throw Project Grade, we do it real well.
They go big.
Oh,
Yep,
yeah.
Yep, we do. So it'll be pizza and nachos. There's Krispy Kreme donuts coming for the
Oh,
morning.
man. Yeah.
Rice Krispies and cookies and chips and stuff. Because I will tell you, from Project Grad, which Philip could attest to, these kids eat and drink
Oh,
all
yeah.
night.
All night. Oh, yeah.
All
That's
night.
what they want to do. And
So I'll put myself in Earlene's position right here. So tell the people about. Sorry.
No,
Tell
please.
the people. So when is this event? What time? And
How
does it
can
run?
we help?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
so first and foremost, it's going to be held at the church, and it'll be the doors will open at 11.
Okay.
Basically, for them to go ahead and start lining up outside.
And I posted the actual address on the story that's coming out tomorrow. And I don't know it off the top of my head.
Okay, it's 255 Buck Grove Road.
Okay.
And so they'll come out to the church. They probably won't be allowed in the building completely right away, just because we need to have people in place. Their bags will be searched, same as always. They are not allowed to bring food or drink into the building. Just
Okay.
like
Knives and guns either, right?
no, please,
Yeah.
no
No,
weapon.
no,
don't
no.
bring.
I'm just saying, you'd be surprised. You tell them not to bring it to
Okay,
basic.
Captain Obvious.
He's right,
no,
though.
they
That's right. You'd be surprised. I always carry a knife. I ain't never gone without a knife. I'm telling you. I
I'm
got
from
it in my...
Battletown.
Yeah.
I have my gun right here.
How am I supposed to pick the stuff out from underneath my fingernails? Are you kidding me?
all right.
And I will tell you, Philip will tell you, there is There are usually 2 large garbage cans that are at each end of his
Amnesty boxes.
And we get a lot of stuff put in them.
Do you?
We after we send the paperwork and everything out, saying what you can't bring in, just
They'll
like
still
Steve
show
said,
up
they
with
bring
their
it in.
Starbucks or
They bring it
something.
in.
Yeah.
Yes.
And they don't understand why you're taking it from them.
That's correct.
They don't. And then they're like, wait, I just got it.
Oh,
We're
Yeah.
like,
Sorry about you.
Yeah.
That was me going through the metal detectors at the airport. I have a knife clipped on the outside. I forgot all about it. I go through and they're like, "You sure you don't have a knife in here?" Pfft, no. And it's clipped on the outside. I didn't see it. Anyway.
Yeah, but no, the event starts at 11. It'll end at 3. And so we've told them, same as with Project Grad as normal.
Right.
They have until 11:59 to check in.
Okay.
At midnight, the door's locked.
And then you're doing this until 3 a.m. Mm-hmm. Okay, very, very good. And then most of them, you know, it's kind of like having a baby. You wear them out, and then they're going to go home and go to bed. So you're hoping that they're going to be tired, they've been entertained, and then they're just going to go, yeah.
Now, if you did the regular project graduation, would that go all night and come get them in the morning at 7?
Yep.
And they would crash out?
Yep.
That's correct.
Rack and stack, huh?
So on a regular project graduation, if they got, was there a place for them to lay down at? Like, did they have?
They slumbered?
Yeah, big
Slumber
bags or
party?
something?
wherever they wanted to. That's basically what it was. But I'll be honest with you, a lot of them, they didn't really get. Some of them got burnt out for the night. They got wore out. I wouldn't say burnt out, but we had trips set where they go to bowling and movie night or the movie times. We
Oh,
had
and you guys
times-
transported them
Absolutely.
to those places.
Yes. So
What kid does not want to do
I
this?
don't know.
Explain this to me. You know, like those commercials say, make it make sense for me.
Well, and I'll tell you, the last few years, and we've seen a drop off. Philip can tell you since 2020.
Oh,
We've seen a decline. In 2021, we did a reverse senior skip day, which we can't do anymore because
What?
it doesn't work that way. I know.
You used to sneak off to like the grand opening of like the Holiday World or something like that so you
Well,
could skip day. What?
Well, the reverse senior skip day was so they'd stay on campus. every
Right,
day.
right.
All the other kids were gone. But the thing of it is that we've seen a decline. It wasn't worth it for Corridon Cinemas to be open for 20 kids.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, and so we've had to reduce what we've done. And so when I first came on board, you had about 250 to 300 kids showing up. Okay. And now we've reduced down to last year, we only had roughly about 140 kids.
So let me ask this: are parents? Do you think parents can help with this? Like, can a parent, when you're 18, 19, they're seniors, you know, they're right there on that cusp of, they could join the military if they want to. So they're really adults.
They are.
17, 6
yeah,
months before your
yeah.
17th birthday, you
But-
can join.
But can a parent be involved in encouraging this?
I've raised kids. We all have, but I think you have to instill that in them for a while. Of course, most kids know right from wrong, but that's a hard question to answer.
Yeah.
Because it can go so many ways. A lot of kids now, again, I fall back to social media and their group of kids they hang with. If you had something really cool, like a famous singer or something like that, the kids go, something like that.
So
to bring
next
them
year,
in.
Taylor Swift. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, well, okay.
That's a big promise.
No,
I'm
we're
just
not
kidding.
Swifties.
I know. I'm just kidding. My kid would be there 5 times over. No, but yeah, you're right. I'm tracking what you're saying because it's almost like you want to do, and not to go into my background, but you almost want to do a marketing survey within and find out what are the interesting topics that they would want, and then you have to spend the year ahead of time to put as many of those together that would draw the interest of the youth, and then it's a year-long project to build up to that big event.
That's great.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's really difficult to make that happen as somebody who's dealt with surveys before. And we even talked about that when we
Oh,
were
sure.
in one day
Sure.
talking with Scotty. But
Yeah, you got to almost hold them hostage in a room and say, all right, you're here for a special group. All right. And you put something in the middle of the room. What's in her? You know what I mean?
Right,
What,
we do.
but I don't, yeah.
And
Because you can't throw it out in an email and just expect them to
You're
check
right.
it.
You're right. But back in the day, it was almost like a scare tactic because of what's really happening when you have a crashed car in front of you. Then the parents' eyes are open
Yes.
saying, wait a minute, I don't want this to happen to my kid.
That's right.
Hey, listen, I want you to go to project graduation.
Right.
I'm going to do whatever it takes
That's
for you to go to
right.
project
That's right.
graduation.
That's what I'm saying.
And it'll scare the kid too.
So
it's
why don't
reality.
we
It's
have
not
the
a scare
red car?
tactic.
Why don't we have the red car out there anymore?
That's a good question. I don't
mean,
know.
I just,
can't answer that.
Who's
Is that a
responsible
Dr.
for
Martin
that?
question? Is that a high school
I don't
principal
have an
question?
issue pulling a vehicle up there in front of it, but I mean that's going to be it's private property, so
Exactly.
you know I got to get up
Well, I'm gonna touch base on something that Shelley said that I think is important. She mentioned that the decline began after 2020, after the pandemic, when we were closed down. I do think that there has been a mental and emotional shift in people since then. I mean, there just has. It's here. We're 5 years out of it, and we have not recovered from that.
Right.
And I think that that's when people got really involved in social media, really involved in the internet, and they had to become self-sufficient for really a year. And then they figured out that they could communicate with 20 other people on
In
their
an
phone.
online space. Yeah.
because it's
so-
safer.
Yeah,
because
well-
that time it was safer. Instead of from human to human, you
Right.
can do it safe from your phone.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Well, and they don't just do it in the space of their phone. They do it from their computer, or
Correct.
a lot of these young men and women actually love the game. That's like the new golf.
Yep.
They will spend tons of money on gaming equipment, computers, and stuff like that. That's their golf bag. It's really weird,
Not,
but
it's not good.
hey,
It is
listen,
not good.
I-
They would
I-
rather be
you
on the
and I-
computer
yeah.
than talking to one another.
And
But they
that's-
are doing that. They're
they are-
wearing a
he's
headset.
right.
They got a headset just like this, and they're doing just what we
it's
are.
Not, but it's not talking to.
but
other-
you're
they're
in
not
LA and
socializing.
I'm over-
Yeah,
I know.
I know.
I'm
it's just
telling
not
you.
socializing.
I get it.
it's
The way
like-
you and I connect, yes, this is what we do best. Getting them to connect in that way, it's a whole new process because everybody figured out, well, this is easy. I can throw a party right now. Hey,
And
everybody jump on.
got to realize too, though, Steve. You know, when social media came about, they figured out a different way to communicate to humans.
They do.
and
Yeah.
they could no longer. They don't know how. There's a lot of kids
Right.
that do not know how. It's
They
not
don't-
their fault.
No.
It's just they were raised that way.
That's right.
Have
You
you
know, it's
seen
just-
have you seen that the colleges now are actually it's a requirement to do debate? Where okay, they're going to do a topic, and are you for or against? And if you're for, and they actually have to have these conversations out of their comfort zones.
I like it.
I do
Yeah,
too.
right.
I like it.
I like that.
But it's that type of effort you've kind of let go. Yeah.
Well, and it is, and we said sitting around the table during Teacher Appreciation Week, we had a couple meetings, and one of the things that came up is this is a TikTok world.
Yep.
You got them for 30 seconds.
8,
you know,
if
and-
you're lucky.
Right. And so truly, these kids were given opportunities in their class meetings and through their emails. And it was talked about, you know, they've had different things where it's gotten pushed. And really, for 3 weeks, I think 2 to 3 weeks, pushed it every single day for them to
Well,
try
and
to
they're
act-
also under a certain amount of pressure because if they're in a core group of people that they hang out with, or even if hanging out with is online, and one or two of those people say something negative, oh, that's dumb. I'm not going
Right.
to do that.
Right.
You know, you'd
Yeah,
be
it's
a
funny.
nerd
The
if you
ones
did
who
that.
say that's dumb, and then you see them show up, and they're standing over in the corner by themselves. You know,
Sometimes,
Yeah.
but then there's a lot of pressure. You know, and that's in anything. It's not just project graduation. It's just almost in.
So you can just imagine then
Yeah.
how much pressure they have out in public.
Yeah,
right.
You
Oh,
know,
yeah.
just
Right.
in a crowd.
Yeah.
Trying to communicate. It's a lot of pressure for
Well,
a
it's
young
even
adult
like the
to do
fair.
that.
It
When you see them at the
absolutely
fair,
Yes.
you know,
Yes.
it's like
Right.
whoop.
Yeah, and so
Those clicks
and then
pop out real
also
fast.
if they're out somewhere and they're pressured to drink, you know, just take a sip, just try it, just do a little bit, and then they do that, then you know that's a problem. I want to go into that a little bit when we come back from our sponsor. This is our second sponsor break, and we want to go ahead and do that, but we're going to talk about some of those
Okay.
pressures when we come back.
All right.
This episode is sponsored by Serenity Fitness, Yoga, and Reiki, where wellness isn't about following rigid rules, it's about discovering what truly works for you. Founder Wendy Spahn, a retired and disabled Army veteran, created Empowered Serenity, a coaching program designed to help you break free from old patterns, reconnect with your intuition, and step into your power. With meditation, movement, energy work, and intuitive practices, this isn't just coaching, it's a journey of transformation. Learn more at myserenityfitness.com.
Looking to master the art of Taekwondo? Join Sharon's Taekwondo Academy, founded by Bobby Sharon in 1975. Conveniently located off of North Dixie Highway in Elizabethtown, our academy welcomes students of all ages and skill levels. Connect with us on Facebook at Sharon Taekwondo to see our vibrant community, including many Meade County residents. Visit us online at www.sharontaekwondo.com. Sharon's Taekwondo Academy, where discipline meets excellence. Injured? Unsure where to turn? Meet Darren Sipes, attorney at law, Brandenburg's trusted personal injury advocate. located at 313 Hillcrest Drive. Darren is here to fight for your rights and get the justice you deserve, whether it's an accident at work or on the road. His expertise and compassion put you first. Call today at 270-422-3939 to schedule a free consultation. Don't face the legal system alone. Let Darren Sipes lead the way. Your fight is his mission.
Tired of just getting by? It's time to optimize. At New Vital Infusion and Wellness, we help you level up your energy, balance your hormones, boost your immunity, and glow from the inside out. From IV vitamin drips and NAD Plus to weight loss and aesthetic treatments, we treat the whole you, body, mind, and vitality. Feel sharper, sleep deeper, look brighter. Call 270-735-6126 or visit us at newvitalinfuse.com. New Vital Infusion and Wellness. Live optimized.
Come back on.
We are back on. Here we go.
Hey.
We are back on.
Hey, we're back. We're back on. How much of that did you catch?
No, just when we get back on is what came in.
Okay,
well,
all
we're
right.
back on, but we had a great break. I'm sorry you missed us, but we are here today. We've got special guest Sheriff Wimpee, and then we've got Sharon Hensley. Or did I get it wrong? I blew it up because I lost my
Henson.
Henson.
Yeah.
Shelley
There it
Henson.
is. I was looking for my note, but Shelley is here with the MCHSPTSO. That is the Parent Teacher Student
Organization. That's right.
for the Meade County High School.
Man, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
I know. I thought the Army had a lot of acronyms. That one's long.
I'm just glad I
I
got
know.
sheriff on my
That's
shirt.
right.
All right.
That's right. That's right.
But we're talking about the project graduation and
even more than that, we've gone into some talk about, what attitudes that these young adults are having and these high school kids are having that make them not want to socialize like this. Now, so let me ask you this: are they able to take their phones in with them
Into where?
into the project graduation?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so so they would still have that. They would just be in a safe place with free food, winning great prizes,
That's it.
doing great things.
Yes.
So there's really
There's no-
there's no lose on
No.
this. This is a win-win.
And when I say prizes, I'm talking hundreds of dollars
Well,
worth
yeah.
for one prize.
yeah,
So-
big TVs.
Yeah.
I think we should get
and
a free
iPads.
car. We should work toward getting a car donated so somebody
Well,
can instead
what
of
I
just a
think-
wrecked
I do.
car, we get a car. You
I
get there
do.
and give it away the last minute, and you have to be there the whole time.
or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think that's a
I
great
believe
idea.
in my
Let's do that
project
next year.
graduation, I won some yarning needles and a roll of yarn or something. I don't know.
No.
Of course, I did learn how to crochet from it. So
They
it's a
were
good thing,
probably
I guess.
trying to soften you up a little bit.
So, and I will tell you, now that you're on the subject for social skills, things like that, I'm going to give kudos out to our staff and teachers at our schools.
Yes.
Originally schools invented for, your ABCs 1, 2, 3s. Now we become a society where our teachers and staff have to also be mothers and fathers and
Yes.
teach them social skills,
Yes.
unfortunately. So the staff at the Meade County High School, they go above and beyond.
Yeah.
They do.
I've worked with Nikki Smith. Nikki Smith forever.
Right.
And Shayna Davis.
Right.
I'm telling you what, the staff they have there for your youth services and the nurses and stuff, and the principals and the secretaries up front in
Phenomenal.
the offices,
Yeah.
they all pitch in.
Yeah.
And they
They
all
sure do.
raise our kids, you all.
I know.
Yeah.
It's unreal what I'm witnessing over there, what they have to go through.
That's exactly right. And we say things to I know I work with school age children over at Doe Valley, and I can't tell you, I've had to teach children how to make eye contact, how to shake hands, how to introduce themselves.
and
how
get
to,
in a creek.
Right. Well,
And go
that
muddy.
too. Yeah, we
That's
get in the
right.
creek too.
Catch a snake.
Well,
Oh,
we've
we don't
done-
want to catch
we-
snakes.
Crawdads.
Don't do
we've-
that.
We've done
Crawdads.
that. We've caught the snakes.
Yeah, but we don't want to teach kids to do that. No.
No.
Do not
Well-
catch snakes, kids.
No, we teach them to leave the snakes alone.
Okay.
Yeah, we teach them to not throw rocks and things. But anyway, that's another show. So sobering. I'm gonna be a little,
Snake safety.
I am going. Yeah, both of you.
Sorry.
We can't go nowhere together.
No, we can't.
Philip, we're going to be a little sobering here. I want you to share the times that you are times. You don't have to go into any detail, of course, but tell me how, when you've had to work these accidents, how that has affected you, and what like you've had to go talk to the parents or make the phone call, meet me at the hospital.
Man.
There is nothing worse than that. I can
Man.
imagine. And then to see beer cans in there, or to smell the alcohol or the pot or whatever, and to know this is avoidable.
Yeah, you've never had nothing build up, your emotions build up inside your body on the way to somebody's house to tell them that one of their loved ones is dead.
Yeah.
It's it's heart wrenching, and any police officer or deputy brings it home with them.
Absolutely.
I can relate to that on so many levels. It's so.
But a lot of it too, though, when you do this, a lot of it, like you had said earlier, some of it is avoidable. It's decision, and this is what's is sobering for me about Project Graduation. I have a bad feeling, and I'm going to have probably extra deputies out for DUIs and make sure there's no underage drinking parties, because I'm kind of scared right now.
Now, if somebody's listening to this show and they're just a regular citizen and they know for a fact that the house across the road, or maybe the field down the road from them, and they're having a party Friday or Saturday night, who should they call?
They should, if they for sure there's underage drinking going there, I want to call 911, because we will show up.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a stop to it. Also,
Super simple, no big long number.
No,
911.
it's simple, and if we show up, and we have many times, I'm going to charge the person that owns the property if they are underage drinking there.
Okay.
I'm going to hold them
So
accountable.
do you pick up the child too?
We
or-
take it depends on the scene.
Okay.
It depends on everything. I will guarantee you their parents or guardians will know that they're there by the time I'm done, because I'll get them to line up.
Right.
So, and there's probably going to be arrests made.
Can I make a compliment? So, Sheriff's Department, if you haven't followed last year, we had some teenagers did some really stupid stuff. One of our church cemeteries and stuff. But the one thing I've admired most about your department is, I got it. You made a mistake, but you've had a program of brotherly love and kinship to these kids through their what would you call it? Their correction, right? Or their
Rehabilitation.
But in the community, and I have seen those young men in situations where their respect level has changed. Everything has changed.
Honestly,
What you wanted to see come out.
Honestly, didn't know you even knew about that. I don't get out and toot horns and things like that.
You don't have to.
We're always involved with the kids. I'm involved about change. I'm not out there trying to arrest people. I'm out there trying to change people's lives.
That's
I
right.
don't want to lose another person in this county.
Right.
And to change somebody's life is to change other lives forever.
That's right. And the best thing we can do is give somebody the reason why, so they can self-discipline.
And not only that, the community steps up.
Yeah, that's right.
It's so awesome. When you have a person do something bad in an area that you're at or they're at, and they destroy things, and that community pitches in to help rehabilitate that kid and change their lives.
Yep.
Man, that's worth every paycheck
and
in
this
the
is
world.
what goes back to
Absolutely.
the way we want to be forgiven.
Absolutely.
Because there's not a person who doesn't just absolutely.
Yeah.
Is addiction, and we
That's
can
right.
talk
Well,
into
behavior to reduce is reaching down. Did I say it wrong? Sorry.
realize that.
But together, where you were with your own family.
That's right.
Based on the number of hours a day. And if you can't come together to celebrate something that is probably the greatest accomplishment you'll have before you're 18 years old, unless you're Eagle Scout or something like that going on in the background, or with FFA, I can go down the list. But this is the opportunity to come together. Whatever we got to do next year to make sure this happens, we are all in at the Meade County Messenger.
Great.
Yep,
Thank you.
yep.
That's
I mean, we're happy to help. So we're going to have to wrap this up, but closing thoughts.
Closing thoughts is, please, if you're in eye shot or earshot of this, parents and young adults, please keep an eye on your children. Young adults, keep an eye on each other. Don't let peer pressure cause you to make a decision that you're going to regret, or regret for somebody else's family for the rest of your life. Remember this. The world doesn't just revolve around you. When you make a choice, it's going to affect other people, whether it's good or bad. And I'm going to do whatever it takes to keep you all safe, if that means a pair of handcuffs.
Very good. And Shelley, do you have any closing thoughts?
I just wish the class of 2025 the best. We would have had a great party, obviously at the high school, but I encourage them to be safe, whatever they choose to do. If you don't come out, if you don't sign up and come out, then by all means, wherever you go and whoever you're with, just to make wise choices.
Very good. I want to thank both of you for taking time out of your busy day to come hang out with us. This is so important.
Loved it. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
I just want you to know that we thank you guys. We want people to be safe. We want parents to be involved. It's not too late to go and support this. We appreciate all the work that you guys have put together to make this happen. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, and thank you, WMMG.
We're not WMMG.
Oh, sorry.
We're not WMMG.
The Messenger Studios at the Meade County
Edit
Messenger. That's all right. The Earlene and Steve show. It's all good.
It's okay. We'll
But
shout out
it
to
is
them.
Meade Media Group.
We'll
It's got
shout,
an,
we'll
it
shout
does,
out to them.
It does have
Yeah.
an MMG in it, but it's
I
all
love
good.
you.
I'm used to saying WMMG because that's the only time I use the microphone.
I know. Well, now we put a change on that. That's okay.
It's the show
Holly.
where stories come true.
Welcome to
La, la, la,